Everyone, I am Dr. Iyaseri Oluwaseun, the program manager at the Welttierschutzstiftung in Berlin. I'm so excited to be presenting our work, Bridging the Gap, developing open access teaching resources for animal welfare education at the 2025 Conference on Animal Welfare in the Sustainable Agri-Food Systems. Here is an outline of what I'll be talking to you about the work of the WTS. Why are holistic teaching materials crucial for animal welfare education? What are the teaching models? How were they developed? How can you use them? We'll talk about the data we have already on the teaching module subscribers and also the data we have on the teaching module downloads in different languages. And then we will be explaining the next step that we have regarding the new modules that we are working on. Vets and vets paraprofessionals are advocates for animal welfare in the sense that they help in treating and preventing diseases, serve as advisors to animal keepers, policymakers, and also to the public, and they are also highly involved in law enforcement. According to WOHA 2012, veterinarians should be the leading advocates for the welfare of all animals, recognizing the key contributions that animals make to human society through food production, companionship, biomedical research, and education. Animal welfare is widely recognized as a key part of veterinary education. However, it's not included in the curriculum of most vet institutions, and animal welfare is not sufficiently taught as a course in vet medicine. And also, it is not linked to later work reality. That is the huge gap that WTS is actually bridging by developing teaching models to bridge the gap in animal welfare education for vets and vet paraprofessionals. Hardly any animal welfare teaching materials are available for in-class teaching for vets and veterinary paraprofessionals with a focus on the link between welfare and health. So we have developed teaching materials that talks about theory and practice. It's a holistic teaching material and it can be adaptable by anyone in their classroom. The model was developed because of the baseline information we got from a survey conducted in 2014 at animal health institutions and NGOs, and there we observed that what was lacking was animal welfare education. So in 2017, we developed the first edition of some of the models, and this was used for 4 years. In 2021, we had to review the process, and we based our review on the earlier versions of the models by looking at the WOHA recommendations and also new scientific updates in the field of animal welfare, and also from the feedback we got from the users of the first edition. This review process was done by the WTS review team in collaboration with reviewers, which included lecturers, practitioners, and researchers. And this now led into the version that was actually launched in 2023. This was first launched in English language. So here is the global representation of our peer reviewers for our teaching models of 57 peer reviewers from 21 different countries. We have covered 15 topics so far, starting from the introduction to animal welfare, animal care, humane handling, clinical examination, animal welfare assessment, animal welfare legislations, wound management, pain management, infectious diseases, responsible use of antimicrobials, vaccinations, euthanasia, animal transport, humane slaughter, and introduction to fish welfare. Here is how you can use the teaching materials. We already have prepared them as a PowerPoint slide ready-made that you can just use in your teaching. We also have some suggestions for how you can conduct your practicals. We also have additional materials in terms of videos or clinical sheets that can guide you in your work. So, like I said, these already prepared teaching modules can be used for presentation in the classroom. They can be used for practical sessions as well. And these additional resources that come with the modules can be used for fieldwork in getting some data. Now, we also have included video guides where you can watch the video to understand some of the practical aspects of animal welfare, how to, like this one here is how to handle and restrain animals, and then how to do clinical examination on ruminants. There are lots of them. So, since we launched the model in 2023 in English, in 2024, we have all the modules translated into Spanish and French. The data about the subscribers here would be based on those subscribers in the English version, because that was the version we actually launched first, and it is the one that is most downloaded and mostly used. So looking at this pie chart, we could see that in terms of profession, veterinarians and veterinary students actually are taking the top place in those who have actually subscribed to our teaching models. And if we still look on, we can still see that veterinary paraprofessional students also are making good use of these teaching materials. So let's look at the in terms of where their employer, where are they employed, where are they working? So we looked at our subscribers and we could see that they come from diverse areas of employment, but the highest is from tertiary education. That means from colleges and also from universities. And then we have those at the private sector and the government sector and public sector. We also have those at the NGO who are also making use of these teaching materials. Now, in terms of recommendation means that these subscribers, how do they get to know about the teaching modules before they subscribe? And it's quite surprising for us to see that the highest was actually from those who got recommendation from colleagues. But we can see that the second part here is about social media, the awareness about these teaching modules to a global audience. So we're actually doing more in promoting our teaching modules on our social media platform, especially on LinkedIn and on Facebook. Now, in terms of the country that the subscribers are from, it's quite interesting to say that we actually have the highest from Uganda, probably because they have been partners with WTS for quite a long time, and the lecturers have been using this model in their teaching and have also encouraged their students to also have a download of the models and use it in educating themselves or in their learning process. Now that this conference is in Asia, I want to point your attention to this, that in the topmost countries that we have presented in this chart, only two Asian countries actually are here. That is India and Sri Lanka. So having this opportunity to present what our teaching model is about to the Asian community is quite a honor for us, because we believe that henceforth we would see more of people from the Asian countries, making use of these teaching materials in their teaching and in also learning. Here is the data showing the download of the teaching modules in the 3 different languages. You can see here we have 14 of the teaching modules, and here is the number of downloads. And you'll see that, of course, English is taking the upper lead for all the teaching modules in terms of the number of downloads. However, the teaching modules in these different languages, like I said earlier on, were not created at the same time. We first launched the English one in July 2023, and then the French in March 2024, and the Spanish in July 2024. So we can see that gradually these two other languages, which is Spanish and French, are also having some subscribers who are downloading the materials and using it. So how can you get to use the teaching materials? Firstly, you need to head to our website, which is the www.teachinganimalwelfare.org, and you'll have a page like this on your screen. What you need to do first is to register. There are some questions that you have to fill in terms of your name, your employer, how did you get to know about the teaching modules. They'll ask you for your email address and then a password, which is a customized password that you would be using on the platform. Once you have created this, subsequently, when you want to use the material, you don't need to register again. All you need to do is to log in with your email address and the customized password that you created for this page. And here is a YouTube link of videos that can guide you on how to go through the process of the registration and also downloading the material. Our next step is to keep developing teaching models. The next one we are working on is One Health and One Welfare, which we hope to be available in the year 2026, after which we will create a teaching module on animal welfare issues. So thank you so much for this opportunity to showcase the work of WTS in terms of the free teaching module, just to help veterinarian paraprofessionals on how to guide them in their teaching by giving them these ready-made templates and ready-made teaching materials to help them in their teaching. Do well to follow us on our social media platform for more information and to know about our latest teaching models once they are available and published. Thank you so much to the organizers of this conference for giving us this opportunity to talk about our teaching models. Have a wonderful deliberation. Thank you so much. Bye.